Tooth loss is an issue many people deal with in their lifetime, and the good news is there are ways to fix it. Dr. Moriarty from Mor Smiles is here to talk about your options. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. All right, so losing your teeth, some people, sometimes they get knocked out, sometimes other problems within the mouth. Is it expensive to fix?
In the long term, it can be expensive actually if you don't fix it, because more problems can arise if you don't do anything about it. So the best thing to do is to do something, either put a partial denture there, or implant, or a bridge. There are various options that you have, so it's a good thing to talk to your dentist. We can talk about those options.
And an important thing here I'm seeing is that having a tooth or a missing tooth in the back of your mouth, even though you can't see it, you should still replace it.
Absolutely. A lot of problems can arise, like I said. So whenever someone loses a tooth and it's not replaced, a number of things can happen. It can cause pain in the jaw joint. It can cause bite alignment issues. A lot of times the teeth can drift into the space, so the one in front of it will go backwards, the one in back will go forwards, and also the one on top that's opposing that will start to fall down over the course of time. So not replacing it is actually more detrimental than just leaving it there.
Yeah, and so what are some of the options with, I guess, replacing teeth?
So there's a couple different options. There's an implant, which is going to be the best option. It's actually going to be the most cost efficient option in the long term. A bridge is a second option, which is basically you can put two caps on the teeth in front and back of it. It's cemented into the mouth, but the problem with the bridge is that you actually have to shave down the adjacent teeth, which may or may not have a problem with it. They're also difficult to clean around. The least expensive option is a denture, and the denture basically will hold on to the adjacent teeth, but the bridge and the denture, they don't provide any kind of stimulation to the bone. Teeth and implants get stimulation from the chewing forces. So what happens is the bone is stays stable in that area, whereas with the other options, you don't have that problem. So you have support loss around it, you have bone loss and tissue loss, and it leads to additional problems.
And those two options, the dentures and the bridge, they might, you might feel, will it make your mouth sore, the bone around it sore?
It can, yeah, because what happens is originally when the bone is stable at one place, you don't have a problem, but what happens is when the bone starts to deteriorate and shrink away, a lot of times people get food stuck there, and it causes additional issues with decay around the adjacent teeth and support loss, and the teeth can become looser. So they're an option, they're a cheap option, but you kind of get what you pay for.
What about the longevity of these treatments? Obviously the implant would probably be the longest.
Implant is definitely the longest. Implants long term, as long as you're taking care of the teeth and going to your dentist on a regular basis, they can last for 15, 20 plus years or more. They're newer technology, so one of the most successful things we do as dentists is implants. As far as bridges are concerned, bridges you're only going to get about 5 to 7 years according to insurance statistics. I see them last maybe somewhere 10 to 15 year range, but that's going to be the maximum for a bridge. And actually, paying for a bridge is going to be cheaper, but what ends up happening is by the time you have problems with it, you have to replace it, it's going to end up being more expensive to replace it just once, and it would have been cheaper to do the implant in the first place.
Yeah, and you guys are located, Mor Smiles is located in Lititz, right?
Right in Lititz, right by the airport, yep, in 501.
Dr. Moriarty, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for all the good information this morning.
Thank you.
Andrea?
Well, it is a wonderful morning across the area.